How much money does MrBeast make? Well, in an interview from late September, he didn't show exactly how much he makes across all channels, but he did for one. As seen here, MrBeast gained over 150 million views and nearly $100,000 on his Spanish channel, which you might not have even known he had. He actually has over 18 channels, with only 6 of them being in English. So if we go through the views for the last month of all his channels, and use the ratio that for every 1,500 views he makes $1, based on his Spanish channel's analytics, we can estimate how much exactly he makes across all his channels per month of ad revenue. According to Social Blade, MrBeast gained about 400 million views last month, and that alone would likely bring him to about $270,000. If you take the views of all his other channels and combine them, you'll get about $750,000 every month. If you think he makes more than that, you would be right. I also have to include sponsorships, merch, and companies. So I had trouble figuring out how much the average sponsorship is worth myself, but averaging out the numbers for thought leaders and OkDork, we get about $400,000 per sponsorship. Since he usually uploads around once every 3 weeks, he gets 1.33 sponsorships per month, which would equal about $533,000. But that's just on his main channel. OkDork says MrBeast gets about $150,000 per gaming sponsorship, and with him uploading once every other week, that gets us to $300,000 per month. He occasionally gets sponsorships on his smaller English channels, so I'll just add $100K per month. That brings our total to $933,000 for sponsorships, or $1.68 million in all. Next up is merch. It's hard to tell how much exactly he sells on Shop MrBeast, but the latest source I found says that he makes $2.25 million a month, bringing our total to $3.93 million. Finally, we have businesses. MrBeast himself said that he made over $100 million in Beast Burger as of July 2022, so if you divide that by the number of months it's been open, you get a whopping $5 million per month. As for Feastables, he seems to have sold about 1 million chocolate bars per month shortly after launching, but it's probably less now that some time has passed. So if I assume he sells 800,000 bars per month, that gets him an additional $2.4 million a month. That puts our total at an insane $11.33 million. I know it's highly unlikely that he'll get all of the company's revenue as a salary, but it seems like there's really no way to find out, so I'll just subtract about a quarter of it for taxes and other stuff, bringing our total to $9.3 million. But that's not all. As of making this video, I discovered that not all countries pay the same amount per view, and English-speaking countries pay much more, about $4.50 per 1,000 views of his videos. So after recalculating all the revenue for his English channels, we get $1.76 million for his main channel, and $12.19 million for everything. As seen in this clip,
do you know how much it costs in terms of running your overall business every month?
Like on the gaming channel, we probably are spending like a couple $100,000 a month. Reacts a couple $100,000 a month. The main channel now, probably like $3 or $4 million a month. Like Feastables is spending probably $1 million or so a month. Beast Burger, same thing. I mean, if you're including like marketing and stuff, a couple million a month.
He likely spends about $7 million a month on all his projects, which is about the same as his estimated YouTube and merch revenue. If my calculations are correct, he's still making huge profit every month, making a total of about $146 million a year and a profit of $62 million a year in the same time span. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe!